Boxing South Africa has responded to what it calls a dirty tricks campaign to tarnish its image by disgruntled BSA licensees and a few other individuals who are not part of the sport. Now, this stems from media reports about a meeting with Parliamentary Portfolio Committee on Sport, which did not happen. BSA spokesperson Dr Azwitamisi Nthangeni joins us to tell us more about this. Dr. Nthangeni, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Kwena, for having us, and good afternoon to your viewers of Newzroom Afrika.
You, as an association, Boxing BSA, has issued a strongly worded release, I think about 10 days ago, on what you say is a dirty campaign against boxing in South Africa. Just tell us about why and where does this stem from?
Thank you, Kwena, for that question. Indeed, as the national regulator of the sport of boxing in the country, we've been under attack from some of our disgruntled licensees and other people who are also not within the sport of boxing. Hence, we felt that it was appropriate to release such a worded and strong statement about the dirty tricks that we can all see, which in the main we are of the view that is aimed at distracting the work that the board has been doing. And it is important that I must contextualize some of the performances that were recorded or achieved by this current board. Hence, we should refute this allegation, gossip, speculations, fake news, because this board has done extremely well. They've signed the MOU with Sanabo, which is the backdrop of boxing development in the country, something that has never been realized before our time. It's the same board that will forge ahead and sign a national broadcaster deal with the national broadcaster to ensure that the blackout that we're seeing on television is a thing of the past. Hence, you could see, the boxing magazine program on Fridays. You can also see some of the tournaments either on Friday or on Saturday, something which was not there before this board came to office. This is the same board that came up with a new initiative to introduce what we call Women in Boxing series, where we have a total of 10 series to ensure that we empower female licensees both on and off the ring, which at this point in time we have concluded successfully 6 of these tournaments. The 7th one is loading, and by March next year we'll be wrapping the 7th one. Therefore, it is important that we need to refute these allegations that we've been summoned by Parliament.
Dr. Nthangeni, and I understand the successes that you speak about from the board, or the current board as it is, but where do you think these allegations stem from? And I mean, as you say that this is an attempt to tarnish the image, do you know who is behind this attempt to tarnish the board, and why?
We know some of the licensees, Kwena, and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika, and their agenda is quite clear. They want a regime change, which is not something that, we should even be talking about, that looking at the success of what this board has done. Therefore, they will continue with this mere campaign, but will continue to focus on the work at hand, because ours is to ensure that we liberate the women and men who fight in the ring and who make, living out of the sport of boxing, and not to focus on these dirty tricks. Because I must share with your viewers that to date, we have never received such a, complaint from these licensees. Therefore, we feel that at an appropriate time, we should be able to respond to this, attack, because at this point in time, they are not coming directly to us as the national regulator of the sport of boxing.
One of the other issues that came out was the meeting that was supposed to happen with the Portfolio Committee on Sport, which did not happen. Is it still happening, and why did it not happen, Dr. Nthangeni?
I must also state categorically that indeed what you saw in the fake news that was widely publicized, we were not summoned. I must start there. We were not summoned by Parliament. However, we were going to our routine appearance to the Portfolio Committee of Sport with all other entities that reports to this committee to present our achievement as far as our APP is concerned, the challenges that as a national regulator we are experiencing, and how the the PPC can also assist us to achieve our mandate, which you know that we came up with a mantra which say that we want to transform, renew and grow the sport of boxing, which is exactly what we've been doing. Therefore, the fake news that we dodged the portfolio committee is neither here nor there, because the day that we were supposed to appear before the committee, it was the same day that the Springboks were touching down at the OR Tambo International Airport, where some of the members of the PPC had to go and welcome these heroes of our country.
Yeah.
Therefore, you cannot go to Parliament while the portfolio committee is at the airport. The meeting is happening this coming Friday, and they've got a YouTube channel whereby anyone can join and listen to our presentation.
All right, Dr. Nthangeni, we have to leave it there, but thank you so much for coming through to speak to us. Dr. Azwitamisi Nthangeni, the Boxing South Africa spokesperson, and